How to lose weight naturally. 5 home remedies. I believe there are only 2 ways to truly manage weight, through exercising and eating healthy. There simply is no magic shortcut, and while this may seem obvious to some people, it is overlooked far, far too often. Now you're probably wondering, if diet and exercise are the only ways to lose weight, why did you write this list? Because there are still natural remedies and recipes that will help you reach your ultimate goal. If you use these in addition to eating better and getting some exercise, they can speed up the process. There are many different contributing factors to losing/gaining weight, so the below remedies cover a wide range. Before you go on, you should have a simple understanding of the process your body goes through when dropping the pounds. Fat, along with protein and carbohydrates, is stored energy, plain and simple. Calories are the unit that is used to measure the potential energy in said fats, carbs, and proteins. Your body will convert fat to usable energy through a series of chemical processes, and any excess energy, calories, that you don't need will be stored away. To lose weight, you must expend more energy, or calories, than you take in. When you are using more than you taking in, your body draws on stored fat to convert it to energy, which makes the fat cells shrink. It doesn't disappear, it simply changes form, like water to steam. While this is the basic process, you also have to take into account genetic and environmental factors. How well the above process takes place does vary from person to person. Cinnamon tea. Blood sugar has a direct impact on your weight as it affects how hungry and how energetic you are. If you have energy, you're much more likely to exercise. If your blood sugar is balanced, you are less likely to have a disproportionately large appetite, and your body will be more apt to use fat, energy, rather than storing it. While debate about its effectiveness drags on, more and more preliminary studies are coming out showing that cinnamon can help manage blood sugar levels, so why not whip up a spicy cinnamon tea? You will need -1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, -1 cinnamon stick, -8 ounces of fresh water. Directions: place the cinnamon in a mug and cover with 8 ounces of boiling water. Steep for 15 minutes before straining. Drinking 1 to 2 times a day. Green tea and ginger. Green tea has long been debated as a weight loss aid, and more research is needed to confirm or deny how well it works. While some studies have turned up nothing, others have identified 3 main components in green tea that could help manage weight: caffeine, catechins, and theanine. Caffeine is just an overall boost to your system, and speeds up a number of bodily processes, including metabolism related to weight. Technically speaking, metabolism refers to any and all biological processes in a living organism needed to sustain life. You will need -1/2 inch of fresh ginger root, peeled and finely chopped, or 1/2 teaspoon ground ginger, -1 teaspoon of green tea, -8 ounces of fresh water. Raw, organic honey, optional. Directions: place green tea and ginger in a strainer or sieve and cover with 8 ounces of boiling water. Steeping green tea for too long can leave it with a bitter taste, so don't exceed 3 to 4 minutes. You can stir in a little raw honey if you really need to sweeten it, but avoid milk or sugar at all costs. Drink 1 to 2 cups daily on an empty stomach. Rose petal water. The benefits of rose petal water are backed more by anecdotal evidence than anything, but that's no reason to shrug off this mild yet refreshing drink. Rose petals act as a very gentle diuretic. Diuretics encourage your kidneys to put more sodium, salt, into your urine. This excess salt in turn draws water from your blood, decreasing the amount of water in your circulatory system. This is not permanent weight loss, just water weight, but the action encourages you to drink more and keep your system flushed, clean and hydrated. Staying hydrated, believe it or not, can be hugely beneficial to losing weight. You will need handful of fresh or dried rose petals, distilled water, roughly 1 to 2 cups, a pot with a tightly fitting lid. Note: be sure, especially if using fresh rose petals, that they have not been treated with any sort of chemical, insecticides, pesticides, herbicides, fertilizers, etc. Directions: place the pot on the stove, put in the rose petals, and add just enough distilled water to completely cover them. If some float to the top, it's not a big deal. Cover the pot with a tightly fitting lid and simmer until the petals lose most of their color, about 15 to 20 minutes. Strain the liquid into a glass jar and keep in the refrigerator for up to 6 days. Drink about 1/2-1 cup every morning on an empty stomach. Ginseng. Ginseng is any one of 11 perennial plants with fleshy roots belonging to the genus Panax. While there are different kinds of ginseng, the two that you should use, also the ones that have had the most controlled double-blind studies done on them, are American ginseng, Panax quinquefolius, and Asian or Korean ginseng, Panax ginseng. While widely known as a stimulant to speed up a sluggish metabolism, that description doesn't do it justice. Ginseng's greatest quality is that it can help fight fatigue and boost energy as well as mental alertness. In a randomized double-blind study in 2010, 290 cancer patients at the Mayo Clinic were given ginseng daily, and it was found to fight even the crippling fatigue caused by chemotherapy. This is huge when it comes to weight loss. Without energy, it's hard to exercise. Without exercise, it's near impossible to lose weight, at least in a healthy way. You will need -1 teaspoon of chopped American or Korean ginseng, -8 ounces of fresh water, raw honey/lemon to taste, optional. Directions: roughly chop the root and measure out 1 teaspoon per cup of water. Bring water to a boil and then pour over the ginseng, allowing it to steep for 5 to 9 minutes. Strain, add honey or lemon if you like, and drink 1 to 2 times daily. Sip on sage. We live in a hectic world, and most of us are stressed about one thing or another on a daily basis. The thing is, our bodies weren't made to handle constant stress, and it can have damaging effects on a wide variety of functions, including weight gain/loss. When under stress, the body releases cortisol, a steroid hormone that is part of the fight or flight response. Cortisol can affect blood sugar level, therefore appetite, and cause energy to be stored more readily as fat. Neuropeptide Y is a neurochemical that is also related to stress. When released, it causes growth of fat tissue. Energy is stored easily as fat around the abdomen, as well as an increase in appetite. One way to fight this underlying stress can be to ingest more sage, which has calming effects on both the body and mind. Making a calming sage tea, or even just adding it in dishes you cook, is one way to help combat your stress levels. You will need a handful of fresh sage or 2 teaspoons of dried sage, -8 ounces of boiling water, lemon to taste, optional. Directions: pour boiling water over sage and steep for 4 to 5 minutes. Strain, add lemon to taste if you like, and drink 1 to 2 times daily.